All right, hey guys, sorry I'm not here with you today, but I wanted to be here with you while you're doing your long division. You guys are doing so great, and I wanted you to keep that momentum up. Okay, here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need this paper from the substitute, is Division 3, and you'll need your dots in a box. Okay, so make sure you have those two things before we get into it. Okay, as I'm answering, I'm going to answer 4 questions, and I expect you to answer the other 4 questions. As I'm answering these 4 questions, I want you to do it along with me, please. All right, remember these 4 steps: divide, multiply, divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring it down. All right, so I'm first going to split up my tens. So how many times would 4 fit into 1? Well, 1 is less than 4, so 4 wouldn't fit into it, right? So it goes into there 0 times. So divide, multiply, step 2. 0 times 4 is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. Divide, multiply, subtract. 1 minus nothing is still 1. Subtract and bring it down. All right, so now these would be my ones. I've had to regroup a 10 with my 2 ones. So now I'm going to split up my ones. So 12 divided by 4. Well, here's my 4s divided by 12. Oh, it goes into exactly evenly. What's on top of the line? 3. Since 3 is on top of the line there, it goes on top of the line here. Divide, multiply. So I just wrote my 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract 12 minus 12 is 0 and bring it down. Is there another digit to bring down? Nope. That means I have 0 remaining. So circle your quotient and always check division with multiplication. So 3 times 4 is 12. Does that equal your dividend? Check. All right, let's take a look at B. All right, we're going to start dividing our tens. So how many times would 6 fit into 2? Well, 2 is smaller, so it doesn't go into it. So it goes into it 0 times. Divide, multiply. 0 times 6 is 0. Subtract. 2 minus nothing is still 2. Subtract and bring it down. So now these would represent your ones, because I would have had to regroup my 2 tens. So now I have 28 ones. So 28 divided by 6. So here's my 6s. Divided by 28. All right, well, 28 would come here. 30 is too much, so I got to go backwards one. What's on top? 4. So since it's on top here, I write it on top here. 4 times 6 is 24. Multiply, subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. And bring it down. There's nothing to bring down. So that means there's 4 remaining. So bring your remainder of 4, all the way to your quotient. Circle your quotient. And you always check it with multiplication. So I'm going to do 4 times 6. 4 times 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Add in your remaining 4 to make 28. Is that my dividend? Check. Okay, C. 68 divided by 5. Okay, so I have my dividend divided by my divisor. So I'm going to first start with my tens. How many times would 5 fit into 6? Well, once, because one group of 5 is 5, 2 groups of 5 is 10. That's too much. So it can go in there 1 time. Divide, multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Divide, multiply, subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Subtract and bring it down. Okay, so now I would have 18 ones. Time to split up your ones. So 18 divided by 5. Here's my 5s. 18, 20 is too much. Let's go down 1. What's on top? 3. Since 3 is on top, 3 goes on top here as well. So take the number I just wrote. 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract. 18 minus 15 is 3. And bring it down. Nothing more to bring down. So that means my 3 is my remainder. So remainder of 3. Circle your quotient. So I have 13 times 5. So I'm going to go up and over. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus the one you regrouped makes 6. Add in your remaining 3, which makes 68. Is that your dividend? Check. All right, here we go. Last one we're doing together. So I'm going to start by dividing. So I have my dividend, 88, divided by my divisor, 4. So how many times does 4 go into 8? Well, one group of 4 is 4. Two groups of 4 is 8. So 4 goes into 8 2 times. Divide, multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract. 8 minus 8 is 0. Subtract and bring it down. So now I have my ones. I have 8 ones. 8 divided by 4, which you could use this if you need to. Here's my 4s. Divided by 8. On top of the line is 2. So 4 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Divide, multiply, subtract. Well, if I have 8, I take away 8, leaves you with nothing. And bring it down. There's nothing to bring down, which means you have 0 remaining. So my quotient is 22. So I multiply 22 times 4 because multiplication is the inverse of division. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Does that equal my dividend? Check. All right, boys and girls, I want you to finish E through H and so show the substitute so she can check your work. You've got this.